In this video, we're going to show you ways that you can get help and support when using your software. To access these, we're going to use the Help drop-down menu at the top of the interface. This can be clicked on at any time here, whether I've got a file open or not. When I click on it, we're going to be presented with a selection of options that we can choose from, as you can see. In a moment, we'll come back and look at some others, but to start with, I just want to click on the first one here, Help Contents. When we do that, the software will open a PDF manual that we can access information about all the different functions in the program from. There are several ways that we can view and navigate this document. Let's just go ahead here and set the zoom to be 100% so we can see the document displayed in the right hand side there. And on the left here we currently have the bookmarks open, which means I can browse topics within here, and we click on these in order to go to that particular section. Many things within the document itself are context sensitive, so here I'm presented with a list and I can actually click on these different features in order to access information on those. So if we wanted to learn more about the text string toolpath, I can actually click on there rather than necessarily having to browse through the document to find that. And you'll find many images and words that are linked like this in the document here. We go back up to the top to the navigation homepage, which is what opens when you first access this document. This is also context sensitive. So once again, I can look for an area of the software that I want to learn more about. Maybe in this case, I'd like to learn more about some of the modeling tools, and I actually click on that area, and again, it will go to that section. Then, for instance, we could click on Extrude and Weave and go to that particular section on that topic. Let's come over and click back to the navigation homepage. Now, as well as clicking on areas of the document and using these bookmarks, I also have the option, if we click on the first choice here over on the left hand side, in order to look at thumbnails of the different pages in it if I want to just visually look for something. Another way that we can navigate through this is to use the keyword search. Let's just close the sidebar there. Let's come up to Edit and down to Find, which I could also access using Control F. That will open this little area up in the top right hand corner here, and I can type in keywords for things that I want to look for. So maybe I'd like to learn more about the add draft command. I could type in the word draft or something like that, a keyword that it's going to be able to find in the document, and then click on the arrow here in order to find next. You can also use the shortcut key F3 in order to step through those. So there we can see it's found an incidence of the word in the document. If I click on it again and just keep working my way through, eventually I'll find something that may be relevant specifically to what I'm looking for in regard to that particular search term. So we can see what a powerful document this is, particularly when we understand how to use the different ways to navigate and search to find information on specific features and functions within the software. Let's just close this down now. Let's come over and click on the Help drop-down menu again. Some of the other links that would be useful in here, the ability to go online and look at the training materials that can be downloaded. For Aspire, of course, the majority of training videos and information is on the installation disks, but periodically we may add more videos to the website, so that would be worth checking from time to time. We also have a link to the online FAQ. It's the frequently asked questions specific to the product you're working in. If I click on that, I need to make sure that I have web access on this PC. It'll fire up my browser and go to the product specific page for the frequently asked questions. Here we can see we have the questions listed for Aspire. These are split into different sections that I can click on in order to see the question and answer, or I can also use the search here. So if I type in the word gadget, we can see all the questions that relate to that subject. The FAQs are hosted on the Vetrix Support website. If we come back to the Help drop-down, you can see there's a link in here to visit Vetrix Support online. Again, you'd need to make sure that you have web access, and here it'll take us to the home page for the support website, where we have the ability to navigate to a number of useful pages and useful sets of resources. Again, we can access training material, FAQs, the forum, updates to the programs, gadgets, our free monthly projects that are published for VCarve Pro and Aspire, upgrade options if you wanted to look at additional products that you may want to get from Vectric, and you can also contact the support department through this web page as well. So let's close down the support website there, come back up to the help drop down and look at another link. This one takes you to the Vectric user forum here. This also requires you to be online. It'll fire up a browser, takes you to the forum, and this is an excellent resource to ask questions of other Vectric customers. Not only here will you find an excellent and very friendly community that's prepared to help you with technical questions to do with the software, but also a wealth of knowledge on information to do with materials, tooling, CNC setup, CNC control software, and all other related topics to things that people do using the Vectric software. If you're not a member of this, we'd highly recommend that you join the community and start to actively participate in it. Over time, you'll find that not only are you getting information from it, but that you're also probably able to help other people too that have similar questions that you might have had when you started. Let's just close down that window now. One other place that it's worth being aware of when getting help with the software is the Vectric Files folder under the Documents area on your PC. If I just fire up Internet Explorer here I'm running Windows 7, so this is under Libraries and Documents. In older versions of Windows you may find it under My Documents. Then you'll find a folder called Vectric Files. When you installed the software, you'd have had options to install different types of data. If we click on this, double click, you'll see that I have a folder for clip art, documentations and the tutorial files. If we look in the documentation folder, you can see that that's got things like the Aspire 4 clip art guide. It's got a reference manual which we could take and print out if we wanted, tutorial guide that allows me to see all the tutorials that come with the software, and also a document that tells me what was new in this particular version. So once more, that's just another place that it's worth being aware of in order to manually access some of these PDF files. That concludes this short demonstration on some of the different ways that you can get help when learning to use the Vectric software. Thanks for watching.